Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your guy, or family, and today we're gonna be talking about characters to T2. We're gonna be breaking them down into four categories. We got support characters. We have characters that's good for ABX, characters that help in PvP, and we got characters that are overall good for Shadowland, World Boss, and all that. Well, we're gonna start off with the legendary three characters right here. Warwolf. Now, Warwolf's passive has to be 1,000% legendary. I mean, this is one of the first passives that applied to allies, right? And that boosted everybody in a major way. I mean, 30% crit damage, 20% guaranteed crit rate. We still don't know what guaranteed crit rate actually is. We still don't know. So, that was just a really strong, really strong passive. And he definitely has to go to T2. Now, he's not a good character himself, but, you can pass over his buff on his 6-star skill to any other character. And, that coupled with his passive is ingenious. Word. Now we moving on to the legendary character Wasp, who has probably the most relevant tier 2 in the game right now. I mean, seriously, what more do you want? Remove debuff for 20 seconds. That means anything that's going on, you're fine. You know what I'm saying? So you could probably not get time frozen by Doctor Strange probably like twice while that thing is procced. Which is pretty good. She is definitely, if you have any type of intentions on doing anything PvP, you definitely need Wasp. Definitely. Moving along to the newest addition to the legendary characters is my guy Phil Coulson. I mean, look at the numbers. Look what's going on here in his T2 passive. A lot is going on here. But I think predominantly the 15% decrease received damage from supervillain and 45% increase damage to supervillain is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's nothing more you need to say. Those three. Well, and two of those three, they help you in ABX, which is what the next tier of characters to T2 are. And we're going to start off with Black Widow. Now, I say Black Widow because Black Widow doesn't need to be tier 2 to clear regular ABX. But if you pair her up with Elsa and Yondu, if let's say you're not too good with using Kate, or you just don't have her, it's going to take a while before you can get her T2. You should get Black Widow. She gets like 40 bios. You can get 40 bios from her a day. And you really can't go wrong with her. She's very strong. Her skill, the coup de grace skill, is ridiculous. You can scale her damage really high with a lightning obelisk with a damage pot, which is what I need to do. That old school generator. Those things don't rock anymore. But she's a very good character, and she's solid. She's solid. If, like I said, if you pair her up with Elsa and Yondu in Extreme Alliance Battle Speed Day, that's pretty much where she fits, because it allows you, it basically allows you to tag in and out, and she does a lot of damage. Word. Moving along to my guy Robbie Reyes, the new addition to the game in the most recent patch. Now, Robbie is actually good in Alliance Battle Extreme or Extreme Alliance Battle. Let's say you can't get Odin. Your Black Bolt is just not putting up as much damage or performing like you want him to. This is probably the guy you need. This is probably the guy you need for Superhero Universal Day. He's really good. He could score over 130, 140, you know, with the right setup. And I have him ready to be tier 2. I just haven't tier 2'd him yet. I don't know why. I probably should, right? But he's good. He's definitely good. If you need a character for ABX Universal Day and you don't have Odin, who is the best character for that day, hero, hero Universal ABX, you gotta go for him. You gotta go for him. I mean, and then to top it off, he can't get hit. He can't get hit. I say 99% of the time he's not getting hit. You know, obviously you wanna give him that damage booster. You know, you want to give him that damage booster, something nice, fire. He's pretty good, you know. Throw some Uru, defense pin Uru, you know. Now we're moving it on to this guy. Now this is another universal, and he's a base tier 2 character, but Corvus, I think, is a very good character to have for Alliance Battle. I think he's a good character to have, period. He probably should be on all of these, on each category, each tier. But in Alliance Battle, this is where he really shines, because I never would have thought that Corvus would be good in that. And Corvus is he's probably better than Dormammu for Alliance Battle. Super villain there, Universal. Seriously, people do a lot of big numbers with him. I mean, I got lucky on that roll. I could have got a better damage proc though, but you know, that's a character you want to work on for sure for Alliance Battle. Definitely. And he's easier to obtain than Dormammu. Now we have the PvP. Now this list was kind of hard to make, like 3. This was really hard. But I kind of broke it down into I broke it down. So let's go with AntMan. We're gonna start off with AntMan. Now AntMan, I think, is perfect for PvP, especially the way it is now. Most characters do have ignore dodge, but most people don't use those characters who have you know, base ignore dodge anyway. Most people aren't using ignore dodge obelisk, so this is a guy you want to go for, man. If you give him a damage proc, you know, it's pretty crazy. And basically what you want to do is you want to always use this skill right here, Bug Squash. 9 times out of 10 is going to make the character smaller, and what it does is it basically makes the character weaker. Yeah, it makes them smaller, but it makes them weaker, which allows you to deal a lot more damage with AntMan. And I think, you know, that's what takes away from AntMan when he can't use that 3rd skill, because you use that 3, then you pop the 5 for the major. It does a substantial amount of damage when the characters are shrunk, and then pull up the 4 for that long iframe, full iframe. If you got a damage proc, 9 times out of 10, every time you use that 4 skill, it's gonna proc. And I'm gonna tell you right now, on timeline, if an AntMan has that build, that setup, you know, and I'm not playing with a premium character, I get knocked out every time. Moving along to my guy right here, Karnak. I made a whole video on him, and I did a lot of posts and a lot of tests with this guy, and he is really good. He's really good. All you want to do is give him an invincibility proc, and he's really good, man. He's really good. The only thing that's bad is if Wasp is on the team or the person has stun resist, you know, that's almost like the person having web resist and you're using Spider-Man. You know, the bread and butter of the character is stripped from them. But even still, in those situations, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good, you know. He's pretty good. You just want to stay away from Wasp and all that, because all the stuns is what you need, you know. All the stuns is kind of the bread and butter of the character, but it's what makes him good. You know, he could just really lock down the character. He really, and on top of that, we all know what Karnak could do. But anyway, moving along, we got my guy right here, Yellow Jacket. I think Yellow Jacket is going to be everybody's favorite to see on this list. Yellow Jacket is really a great character, I think. to have for PvP. But you need his uniform. We're gonna get into it right now. You definitely need his uniform. Um, I don't want to say definitely, but you figure half of the characters are heroes anyway. So the bonus on his uniform is 25% damage increase to hero types. You're most likely nowadays are going to be fighting nothing but Shirags in timeline, since Odin and Doctor Strange practically cannot be used anymore in timeline. Um, you're going to be fighting nothing but Shirags nowadays. Nothing but Shirags nowadays, and probably Iron Fist. So this might be something you want to pick up. This character might be a character you want to take to tier 2. And they do good, Yellow Jackets in PvP. They do. Moving along to the last category of characters that's to tier 2. We're gonna say these are characters that's good in World Boss, Shadowland. I don't even, just characters that could run through missions. And okay, these characters right here. It's kind of hard to pick them out, but we could. I think I kind of narrowed it down. It was like the PvP one, really hard. But Thor, as you're seeing, Thor's kit changes with his new uniform, but it changes for the better. And this is a character you want to get to T2. I think he's a very strong character at T2. His passive is but he's a good character. He's just a good character. He's just a character. He's a good character. A lot of damage. There's really not much to say. You can pair him up with anybody on the team. He's gonna help you out. This guy right here, Black Panther. Great character to have at T2. Great character. I mean, just to give him that extra, that extra bump. He's also good in ABX. I didn't put him there because he's not the best character for ABX, but he can give you 150 or better with the right build, But he smashes in everything. I mean, even Infinity Thanos, this guy right here is pretty, he just smashes, Great character to have at T2. Just to give him that extra utility. You know what I'm saying? To keep him going out there and to keep him fighting, keep him in the game. It's a great character to have to T2, definitely. And probably one of my favorites is Captain Marvel. I'm glad she got her buff. And I'm glad they fixed her up. Her along with Thor and Black Panther. It's kind of funny I put all of them in the same category, but yeah, they hooked her up, man. They hooked her up. She probably has one of the easiest kits in the game, with a respectable amount of damage, to use. And she's I guess you could say she's really easy to farm if you count those timeline tokens. You don't waste them. Yeah, she's pretty easy to farm as well. For the time being, So I say jump on it now while the getting's good, because once it's gone, it's gone. And we should elaborate a little bit more on Captain Marvel, because I think she's really one of the best characters on this list, or probably the best character on this list to get to tier 2, just because for Shadowland, she's probably the best character to use on floor 24, right, to take out She-Hulk and Jessica Jones. She's probably the best character to do that. For Infinity Thanos, she can solo it. I mean, I do it without her uniform. In timeline, I was crushing in timeline with her. I mean, I was crushing in timeline with her. She's really good in timeline, believe it or not. I could go on and on with this character. They took her from a very mediocre character, to a big girl, you know, to one of the big girls in the game, where she needs to be, because Captain Marvel is probably one of the strongest females in the game. Well, in the Marvel universe. Uh, I could be exaggerating there, but she's pretty good, man. And in the game, I like what they did with her. You know what I'm saying? Her T2 passive, it's nothing. It's nothing, you know, big or nothing, but it helps her out. It helps her out to keep that damage consistent. So there we have it. The 4 categories. Let's jump into some honorable mentions of characters that's, you know, good to T2. I think the first one here, like I said earlier, he was talking about Yandu for the Speed Extreme Alliance battle. Hellstorm used to be a character people use for Universal Alliance Battle Hero Day. He's in his tier 2 passive is pretty good. He could be good in PvP settings too, maybe. We got Black Bolt we was talking about earlier. He has a great T2 passive, and he's a good character. He just, you know, he struggles in areas where he performs, as far as how much he can do. We just passed A1. A1 is pretty good for the tier 2. Her passive is cool. And I've been seeing a lot of Gwenpools on timeline lately. I think Gwenpool is a good character too to T2. I mean, she knocks me out in one hit sometimes, you know. Alright, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next vid.